Good morning, all of you. So today we will discuss the Maxwell's equation. So before going for Maxwell's equation, if you are interested, some questions on the oral exam. So I may prepare some small video for guidance to the oral exam, and you can go through this video. But if you want to get the notification, so you are requested to subscribe to the channel so that you will get the notification on real time, and you can go through that so that you can prepare for your oral exam also. Okay, so I'll go for the today's lecture. So today we are going for the Maxwell's equation. So here in the electromagnetic, the Maxwell's has a great importance. So that importance, why Maxwell's has a great importance, and why we are going for the Maxwell's equation. He is the scientist, and his tenure, he born in 1931 and 1831 and 1879. So that was his tenure. So what he did, why we have given so much credit to Maxwell's, why it is so much importance, so that we are going to understand by the its equation for time varying field. So I'll go further. So now here these are the four Maxwell's equation, and if you will see here, so it is del dot D equals to rho V that we discussed. It is given by the Gauss law. Then del dot B for the magnetic field, it is given by, it is the non-existence of the magnetic monopole. What it means? That the north pole and south pole of the magnet cannot be separated out. Okay, so this is again proved by this, already proved by the scientists. Then del cross E equals to 0, that is what? Conservation of electric field. Del cross H equals to J. This is what recently we discussed. This is what the Ampere's law. So the question arises here, then if all these four equations, what I have mentioned here, and at the top it is mentioned as the Maxwell's equation for static electromagnetic field. So although these equations are already proved by the other scientists, maybe the Gauss, Ampere, and the other scientists, so why these equations are called the Maxwell's equation? If I'll take the example for from your school age to till date, how many equations you might have uh, uh, write on the paper, on the book, but does anybody has mentioned that this is what Ashwin's equations, or this is Akash equation, or Ashwini's equation? So it doesn't happen. Nobody has recognized him. So he has put somebody's equation and mentioned his name. So what is his contribution? Might have contributed something. So we have to understand. Now here we can see this. Here the most important word is the static electromagnetic field. This is static. So these all equations are given by the scientists. It is correct. And the respective names are given here. But these all these equations are for the static field. Means if I will consider static magnetic field, so how it can be generated? It can be generated from the static current, that is the DC current. If dry cell, if you will wound on the you can say a nail, and sorry, if a wire you can wound on a nail, iron nail, and you will give the dry cell uh, uh, connected to that. So what? The nail will get magnetized. Okay, that we observe in your school age also. So if this dry cell, this is what? Battery dry cell, DC current. So the field created by this, that will be the static field. Now what Maxwell has given, he has given the equation for the time varying field. For the time varying field, it was the alternating, maybe the one of the example. Time varying means it will go up and down, means above the positive half cycle and below there is a threshold 0. So if it has a positive half cycle, so the cycles it may be your whatever the cycles, it may be your uh, positive half cycle, negative half cycle, it may be sinusoidal signal, or it may be any other type of the signal. Okay, so this is what there is a difference between the alternating signal and the static signal. So what is that difference that we are going to understand here? So before going to understand that, we have to understand these three type of the current. What is this current? Here we are aware with some of the current and we may not be aware with some of the current. Now what is that? So very first is the conduction current. What is conduction current? Whatever your Ohm's laws, KVL, KCL, everything, what you are considering, that is the conduction current. Okay, so the current flowing through a conductor, any conductor, whatever it is, so that is what you can say it is the conduction current. And KVL, KCL, superposition theorem, starting from the Ohm's law that you have discussed. So this will be the these all rules and the laws what I mentioned just now, that will be applicable to conduction current only. But if I will go for the convection current, all these law, that is the maybe the Ohm's law and the other may not be applicable. What is this convection current? In the convection current, you might have the what you might have the CRT, okay, cathode ray tube, that is the CRO. Okay, so you can have the CRO you can just check, and whatever the current flowing through the CRT, the cathode ray tube, that is what the electrons are flowing. Electron beam is there and electrons are flowing through this vacuum, and the electrons flow through the vacuum. That electrons will flow through the vacuum, and that is not the conduction current, it is called the convection current. And we know that the X plate is there and Y plate is there. According to the potential to this plate, the electrons go either to left or right or top and bottom, and it bombard on the screen, and you can see the CRO waveform, whatever the input you have given. So this is what the convection current. This is again not the scope of our discussion. But the third most important current is the displacement current, and this is what the current that we have to discuss now. Now, what is this displacement current? Now, this displacement current is that the current flowing through a conductor, and it continued on the way of the conductor. But if it get displaced outside the conductor, the electrons maybe they are getting displaced. How this displacement is possible? There is some part of the current and some part may get displaced outside. There are so many examples of that we will discuss, that what is the displacement current. So apart from the conduction current, there is a displacement, and this displacement current has explained by the Maxwell in his equation. So the what is the beauty here, that this Maxwell's has proved this. What is the the displacement current? Now we will go for the displacement current. Now in the displacement current, what we have, we are considering the Maxwell's equation for what? Magnetic field. So we are taking the Ampere circuital law. One by one we will go. So for the time varying condition, so we know the Ampere circuital law for the static field. So just now I have put all the four equations. Out of that, I have taken this Ampere circuital law, or sometimes it is also mentioned as the Ampere's law. So this Ampere's law, del cross J, del cross H equals to J. This is what the equation. Now what Maxwell has done, he has reconsidered it. This is for the static field. Now, if we will consider for the electromagnetic field, then what will happen? So if I will consider it for the electromagnetic field, so sorry, for the time varying field. So in the time varying field, what we can do, we can take a curl, divergence of the curl. Now this is del cross H, and this del cross H we can consider here. Okay, so this del cross H, we can take a divergence of this. Okay, divergence that we discussed previously. If you have confusion, you can refer the previous videos, that is what is the divergence. So this divergence is the rate of change we have to consider. Now this del cross H, the rule is what? The divergence of the curl of any vector field is zero. This is the universal law, universal rule. So if you are taking a curl, this is del cross H is the curl, and you are taking the divergence. So what divergence of the curl of any vector field is zero. And you also take a divergence of del dot J. So both field, both the side, this one and this del dot J, it should get matched with the zero. But whether this is a condition true? No, it is not. Why? So this is what called del dot J is called the current continuity equation. Now what is this current continuity equation? This current continuity equation, if you will take the partial differentiation of what is this J? J is the current conduction current density. Okay, so if you will take a partial differentiation of conduction current density, so what it will be? It will be rho v. What is rho? It is the charge. Which charge? It is not simply charge, it is the volume charge density. Okay, so rho v is the volume charge density. We have taken a partial differentiation of this rho v with respect to time. And if that is the alternating current, that is the time varying current, one of the example may be the alternating current, sinusoidal signal. So for the time varying current, it cannot be zero. Why? Because if you will have a signal, if you have a signal, sinusoidal signal. So in this sinusoidal signal, what will happen? Suppose I'll draw this sinusoidal signal. This is what your signal, and here it is the maybe any signal. Suppose this signal is there. So what is happening here? This is what your, here on the y-axis you are taken the current, and here this is what the time. Now in this current conduction density means what? Here this is what your conductor, and electrons are flowing through this conductor. Electrons are flowing, they are going in this direction. Okay, these are the electrons. Now if they are flowing, what this positive cycle means? If this positive cycle, if you will indicate here, what is the current intensity? Here this is the magnitude, it is zero, then gradually it is increasing. Here it is the maximum, then again it is decreasing, and here it is zero. This is what at certain point, if you will take this cross section of this conductor, this way it should be there. That is at some instant it should be zero, then it should increase number of electrons. At this instant it is maximum, then it is decreasing. Now it is negative. So negative means if you will consider the current electron direction in this side, so then electron direction will change to this side. It will be in the opposite manner. So this way again the intensity, current number of electron are zero, then it is increasing, it is going to the maximum, and then it is going to decrease, and then again positive up cycle, again it will change the direction of current to this way, again negative up cycle. So what happened? This is what displacement, this is what the direction as well as intensity of this current, that is the volume charge density. It is continuously increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. So we know that if we will take a partial differentiation of a constant value, instead of this, if I will take the what a steady current. So for a steady current, my whatever my rate of change is what? Zero. So this will be true. Okay, this will be true. That is partial differentiation of rho v with respect to time will be zero. For what? Steady current. But for time varying current, here number of electrons are the quantity is also increasing, decreasing, and direction is also increasing, decreasing. So if this is the variable quantity, partial differentiation cannot be zero. We know the mathematics. So this is not true. Okay. So this is not true. Then what happened? What is the next? If this is not true, then what alternate thing I have? So here the Maxwell has suggested something else. Now what is that something else? That we'll discuss. And this is what the major contributions of the Maxwell. Now what he has done, this is what. So these things I explained here. This is the contradiction. Del cross J cannot be zero. That is the current continuity equation. Why it is not zero? That's just now I explained this. So due to this, what the equation 1 should be modified for the time varying field. It is true for the static field, that is for the DC current, but it is not true for the time varying field. So what to do? So here del cross H equals to J plus JD. Something additional must be there. Okay. This is what only the equation for the static field. But what his assumption, there must be some displacement current density. JD is the displacement current density, and this J, maybe you can put suffix C, that is the current conduction current density. Okay. So if this is there, then whether we'll get the required thing, that we'll check. So now we'll go. So what is this JD? So this JD, you can have, this is what the displacement current density. Okay. So now we will take the same thing. Now divergence of the curl of this is 0, and this is what additional quantity we had, the divergence of J and the del dot, sorry, yes, del dot J and del dot JD. Now you can equate with this is 0, you can equate. So del dot JD, if I'll take this on this side, equate with 0, so it becomes minus del dot J. So minus del dot J is what? This is the partial differentiation. Here already the minus sign is there, so we cannot put minus sign here. Why the minus sign is there? As the electrons are negatively charged, so rho v is minus, so that's why the del dot J is minus. So it is minus, so here we have to put partial differentiation with respect to time with positive sign. Okay. And what is rho v? Rho v, we know the Gauss law. Rho v is equals to del dot D. Okay. So you can take a partial differentiation of this. So divergence we are taken outside. So partial differentiation of D with respect to time. Now, this you can equate just this displacement current density that we want to take it. So this JD, if I'll take remove the divergence, so JD equals to this partial differentiation of D with respect to time. So this is partial differentiation of D with respect to time. This is nothing but the displacement current density, and this is what the additional parameter. So this is what, if you will see here, D. Now one parameter we may have with us, that is, what is this D? You can have D equals to epsilon E. Okay, so epsilon E, I'll put this as the consider this as the epsilon. So D equals to epsilon E. So you can put here E. Now what is the E? E is the electric field intensity. So if you will have a rate of change in the voltage also, so then you will have the displacement current. So this displacement current is only available, this is only available for the time varying field. Okay. So here what will be the complete Maxwell's equation? So this is what the Maxwell's equation based on the Ampere circuital law for time varying field. For del cross H equals to J, this much is true for the static field. But for the time varying field, this additional factor will come. That is what? partial differentiation of d with respect to time. So this sometimes it can be considered, it can be written as d dot. Okay, so this is what the term, whatever this term, that is jd. Okay, this is this term jd equals to partial differentiation of d with respect to time is known as the displacement current density. This is what the contribution. Now this j, this j is the current conduction, the conduction current density. Whatever the j is the conduction current density. Now you can have this equation also. So here, what is the takeaway? Okay, so here the this JD, if you will include in equation 1, so it will be the major contribution of Maxwell. Now, if you will see, if this JD is kept in the equation, what is the major contribution? That is, without the term JD, electromagnetic wave propagate, that radio or TV wave are not able to propagate. It is not possible. How it is not possible? That lower frequency, this JD is very small, that is negligibly small, but at the higher frequency, it is a prominent. So if you, that's why this is what the reason here, that you are, if you will use the DC current, it cannot be radiated. So we are using the modulation, all the modulation is having the high frequency, the basic concept, because we, if you have any transmission between two antenna, the transmitting antenna and radiating antenna, you must have the high frequency or the sinusoidal frequency, because your JD, displacement current density, is prominent. So what is the takeaway here? That the current which is flowing through the conductor, okay, current is flowing through the conductor. This is suppose a conductor and current is flowing, and this conductor will get displaced. The current will get displaced outside this conductor, and it will propagate outside. Okay, and this is what the antenna will start from here, and here the radiations and all this will be there. But this the what is the, what you can say, the beauty of this thing, that is in 1873 Maxwell has given his equation. He has put up and published in the journal. But to implement these all equations, what he has given in 1873 are in the mathematical form. Whatever the mathematics I explained just now, that way he has put up and explained in the journals and conferences. But after 14 years, that is 1887, Hertz, the scientist, we know the Hertz dipole, the first antenna. Yeah, after 14 years, Hertz has proved that yes, what his fellow Maxwell has said in his equation, that is true. The displacement current is there, and this is what the experimental proof. So this is what the rare case in the what you can the invention or the technology, that the first the what your mathematical proof came, and then experimental proof came after 14 years. Generally it doesn't happen. What happened, first experimental proof come, and then after explaining it on the experiment basis, then the mathematical modeling or the mathematical proof derived from the experiment. But here it is the opposite way, that is after 14 years, the whatever your the experimental proof that comes. So displacement current is that much important. And here the capacitor is also having the same concept of your displacement current. So we know that, if you remember that in the your rectifier in the first year, you might have remember this way, that the capacitor, if it connect in the parallel, so it passes AC and it blocks DC. So DC can be passed further to the load. So it can be act as a filter. So why it blocks DC? Sorry, why it only pass AC? AC, this is due to the displacement current. You can see this capacitor plate. So in this capacitor plate, this is what one plate, another upper plate and lower plate. You know that this current is getting displaced outside. It is not the shield capacitor. If we will have a shielding outside, then this will not be radiated. Between these two plate, what is this medium? This medium is the dielectric. It is not conductor. The upper plate is the metal plate, lower plate is also the metal plate, but the medium between the capacitor, it is not the conductor. It is what? A dielectric. So why there is a current flow? Why there is a current flow between two capacitor plate? This was the question. May ask in the oral exam or maybe also in the interview also. So here, this is what the reason that due to the Maxwell's equation, he has proved that this is the example of the displacement current. It get displaced, the current get displaced from this to this. If it is the AC current, or you can say sinusoidal current, or the alternating current, time varying current. If this is the DC current, this will not possible. Capacitor will get charged and that's it. So current will not be flow through this. So this is what the reason here that why we are using this. Okay. So this is what the capacitor example. Now here this is what the again I'll come back to this general form of the Maxwell's equation. So here for the time varying field, these two equations remain same. This is a change. What just now we have explained here, that is del cross H equals to J, that is due to the Ampere circuital law. But this is what the additionally Maxwell's has given. Okay. And in Faraday's laws also, the Maxwell's has given one additional parameter, del cross E equals to, initially it was 0 for static field, but for time varying field, it is B dot. That is the partial differentiation of B with respect to time. So this is what the changes he made in the fundamental equation. And this is what the thing. So this is what the static field equation, as I told here, del cross E equals to 0 and del cross H equals to G. So this is what the initial equation for static field, and just now what I explained, that is for the time varying field. So if you have any question, let me know on this, because this is very important part of the Maxwell's equation. Is there any question? Okay, so I'll understand that you people have understood this, and I'll stop. Is there any question? Okay, no question. So we'll stop here.